Hi everyone. I had made a video on how it felt like after completing 100 days of Vipassana, 200 days of Vipassana, and 1 year of Vipassana. This is a video that's going to talk about 600 days after, in fact, 700 almost, not 600. It's almost 650, 660 days since I completed my Vipassana course in February last year. Now, those of you who have been seeing, and my God, thank you so much for responding so wonderfully. And of course, a lot of us have had very, very different experiences there. I completely agree, because Vipassana is not for the faint-hearted, for sure. You don't, it's not a retreat like a lot of people assume it to be. It's not a retreat at all. It is going within yourself so deep and with so much courage that the only way that you will emerge is with a lot of self knowledge, but to get there is not easy. It's not like a time pass retreat kind of a thing that chalo karke dekhte hain. So I would like to divide this video into two bits. The first bit is who must even think about going to Vipassana. That's number one. And number two, what am I going through, or what has happened in the past 650 odd days after completing Vipassana. I'm going to be as honest as possible, again hoping that someone out there gets benefited. So let's begin. The first bit, who should try and go for Vipassana? In my opinion, please do not hold me for it, but this is in my opinion, because I went for Vipassana for these reasons. Now, first, let's trace the history. The first time that I heard the word Vipassana was about 20 years ago. And I just told myself mentally that one day I will go. But like they say that you attract, you manifest everything subconsciously. I may have attracted or manifested the need to go for Vipassana last year. But how did that also happen? That happened because my life changed for the better after I read Yuval Harari's Sapiens. And he is, of course, a person who regularly goes for Vipassana meditation. And when I read his book, that time I was still a little skeptical. I was like, will I be able to do this or no? There's a little secret. So I had been a smoker for 10 years before I even decided to go to Vipassana. And something in me, the first question that came in my head was, the first Googling that I started was, can you smoke when you're at Vipassana? So there's your answer. If you're going to Vipassana to chill or to, it's so cool, but there is something in you that is more important. I mean, the question I asked was not, can I find myself in Vipassana, or what will happen? No. My question was on Google was, will I be able to smoke in Vipassana? So that was a big no, because I was a smoker then. And so I dropped the idea and I was like, it's not going to happen. Next, it took about, and this is not related to Vipassana, but in hindsight, you realize how things have been placed in your life. It is, I think, a year or 2 years later when something in me told me it's time to quit. And there is a lot of strength that I have, which everybody has, but I am aware of it. I'm fully aware of the strength that I carry. So I quit. I quit smoking within 4 days, and I've never ever picked up a cigarette since then. It'll almost be now 2 years plus. Yeah. So what I'm trying to say is, ask yourself, why do you want to go? Why do you want to go? And if you don't have an answer, then don't go. It's not fashionable. Please, it's not fashionable at all. It really works on your subconscious. You have to believe me when I say this. It is a very strong and intense program. It's not a cup of tea. It's not fun or fashionable. So, number 3, when did I then finally decide to go? That was last year, February. Why? Because up till that time, I saw myself behaving in a very random fashion, I mean, I bolte hai na that something came over me. Literally something had come over me. I was sometimes being violent. I was being weird. I was being rude. A lot of times, not all the time, but I would say in 3 to 4 months preceding the Vipassana, the decision to go for Vipassana meditation, I saw some upheaval in my mind and my body. Also, I had started gaining weight. Now, of course, this can be related with the quitting of the smoking, and also I had let go of a program that I used to instruct called Zumba. I was a Zumba instructor. All that is okay. But I feel my trauma from the 41 years, the trauma that I was carrying had started to play out It was coming out. Like, it can't stay inside anymore, and anything will trigger it, you know. So that started to happen. Now, I just said that I am a person who has always been spiritual, very deeply, unknowingly spiritual. Please remember the word unknowingly, okay? And now it started to come to the surface that, okay, something is coming out, you know, something, and it needs to be addressed. Also, please note, and you can watch my other videos, I'm what they call a highly sensitive person. Now, that does not mean that all the short form is HSP. That does not mean that all highly sensitive people need to go for Vipassana. No, it's just that now look at this, okay? An HSP plus, well, I'm a water sign, I'm a Piscean, if that adds on to anything, plus I'm number 8, plus 42 years of trauma, okay, and a spiritual bent of mind, right? These were my ingredients. And then seeing that I'm getting triggered at the smallest things, and I do consider myself a very good human being, like I'm sure everybody does, then why am I behaving so badly, like out of control? And on top of that, I'm a mother. Today my child is almost 14 years old. That is not something I envision for my child at all. That is something I look down upon, you know, completely losing control and then trying to parent a child. So that for me is a very big no. Now add all these things, and that's when last year, from 2021 to 2022, is when I enrolled, and I was like, I'm going come what may. And usually we don't get dates, but I just got it like that, which means it was destined, right? So that's that. So to repeat, know why you're going. If your intentions are anything other than self-discovery and moving to the higher level of spirituality, then don't. Then wait. It's okay. Puri zindagi hai. Aisa nahi hai ki nahi kar sakte, right? And number 3, you are confused. Like, you're not being able to understand, you're not finding answers, and you really are seeking answers from within yourself, are the 3 reasons that you will go, and for no other reason. We move to what happened after. So I've already covered a lot of things in the 100-day, 200-day, and 1 year post Vipassana, what all happened. So I'm going to skip that part and move to today as we stand, and talk about how do I feel today. So Vipassana got over, I came back, and there is a certain, you know, we all have that tendency where we'll be like, I have done Vipassana, please, okay, nobody, no soul on this earth is purer than me. I sat there, I gave it my 100%, and sab hat jao, because ऊपर वाली खुद उतर के आपके सामने आई है. So to completely like dismiss, like whack it out of the park, none of that happens, okay? At least it did not happen with me. Vipassana just introduced me to hidden demons. That's what it did for me. And I became possibly a self of my own that I did not recognize, and yet recognized in the past 600 days. So it was a very quick movement. So what Vipassana does, especially if you do it properly, I mean, a lot of people give up also, for whatever reasons. I did not give up. I was like, no, I have to go through this. And then I have been meditating since then. So a lot of you will again ask how many minutes? No, it's not 1 hour. It is 20 minutes max, but every day without fail. So what happened to me? This is my experience, okay, people, please. It's not like हमारे साथ भी ये होगा या हमारे साथ नहीं हुआ था. No, everything is very, very, very individual. We need to know this at every point in time, you know. So I'm talking about my experience. So first, I felt, you know, like, oh my God, I am the personification of God. So that broke down pretty fast, because I saw that, यार मेरे reactions तो फिर भी बहुत ही मतलब weird निकल के आ रहे हैं. Okay, but I started something in the service of people immediately after I came back from Vipassana. Like, almost like I want to hear people's pain, because I'm here because of that. That's the only thing that I've been put on earth for. So kind of purpose. A purpose just came from somewhere in the center, and zoop, it just came out one day, and I can't claim it. It's not mine. I don't own it. But the purpose told me this. The purpose came in front like this and said, this is what you have to do, Kanika. So I began on that purpose, but please note, it's not like the purpose changed me and I became, you know, like, wow, man, zen. No. Purpose started. So purpose is basically talking to people. I speak to people to listen to them in a public environment. So we listen so that, you know, their pain can kind of be relayed between two people and heard by the audience. Okay. Slowly, these speakers started telling me, a lot of them, that they are being healed. Okay, now that is the star on the Christmas tree. So I was like, okay, कुछ तो सही चल रहा है, but मुझे क्यों अच्छा नहीं लग रहा है? So then, also being a psychology, I have a psychology background. I am a life coach. Keeping that in mind, then I thought, could it be that I'm getting affected by them? Is transference happening right now? But no, not really, because when I checked, no, I was okay, because I also understand the symptoms of when that happens, but I was not displaying any of those symptoms either. But the mind continued कि यार चल क्या रहा है boss, ये what is going on? I'm supposed to feel zen, okay, but zen state is not coming. Anyways, and I continued, tried finding, searching desperately for answers. Believe me, again, I went into tarot reading, I went into my aura reading, I went into another coaching session, I went into Reiki, and then just like that, in June or July this year, I realized that it is my child, the inner child, that is, oh my God, so restless and so much in pain. My God. So I need help. So I enrolled myself in something called the inner child therapy. That took about 70 days, and that's been my biggest till date journey to myself. Because what happens is Vipassana kind of showed my demons to me, but they were hidden and they were rattling away inside. So obviously यार अंदर कुछ जल रहा है तो splinters बाहर निकलेंगे ना, निकलेंगे कि नहीं छोटे छोटे. अब वो किसको जला रहे हैं, क्या कर रहे हैं, करेंगे वो, लेकिन आपकी गलती नहीं है. नहीं, मेरी कोई गलती नहीं है, मेरी, बल्कि मैं आज today when I stand and I'm talking to you, wherever I've done wrong, I've apologized and sincerely tried to make myself better. And today when I stand, I don't take any blame, because wow, the kind of work that you take when you enroll yourself for Vipassana, and then the journey that happens, if you truly want to enjoy the benefits of what this practice does. Like I said, it's not a fashionable, fad, trendy stuff. No, it's not. It is not. So please don't even try going in that direction. So Vipassana kind of put me in that direction. So are you getting it? But it was not easy. I've been through hell and back. You know why? Vipassana के बाद तो फिर भी confusion था ना, कि समझ नहीं आ रहा है क्या हो रहा है, क्यों इतना गंदा लग रहा है, क्यों इतना रोना आ रहा है, सबको भाड़ में जाने दो. I fought with everyone that I know, everyone in my family. I mean, I was the worst version of myself for a while. Okay, like people must be thinking, my family members, कि इसको क्या हो गया, right? But then you start healing, and then you realize, oh, that's why. And when you start healing, by the way, again, healing is not, inner child therapy is not like, क्या मजा आ रहा है, स्पा ट्रीटमेंट चल रहा है यार, नहीं जी नहीं. दैट इज द नेक्स्ट वॉकिंग ऑन कोल. ओके, सो पहले तो आपने विपसना किया, वो आपने पैर हटा दिए, नंगे पैर हो गए आप, and you start walking on not coal actually, that is like pointed stones. ठीक है, उसके बाद आपको समझ नहीं आ रहा है, you are still nursing your wounds, and then next year or next to next year you decide that अब मुझे ना inner child therapy करना है. तब आपने बेसिकली कोयला जला लिया है अपने wounded पैरों के नीचे, और आपको चलना है क्योंकि और कोई रास्ता नहीं है, आप निकलोगे the other side. So you get burned so bad. There will be times when it will be like a complete hopeless feeling, but with the right person you come out on the other end healed completely, and then the magic begins. What is the magic? The magic is piercing clarity. You see through people and their intentions. You smell fear when people open their mouth. You're like, oh my God, like you don't have a backbone, dude. Like kahan se aa rahe ho tum? One, you see godliness in people also. Like लगेगा नहीं कुछ नहीं है, बट वो मुंह खोलेंगे या वो अपनी आंखें चमकाएंगे आपके ऊपर, एंड यू बी लाइक, ओ माय गॉड, आई एम इन द प्रेजेंस ऑफ God or universe, the way it is in its purest form. I'm not a firm believer, I'm not a religious human being, but I'm just saying it for your benefit. You will start seeing goodness, and you will, around you, you will start really recognizing things for what they are. Nobody will be able to fool you. You may still choose to put a mask. Now see, that's a choice. आप ना अभी unconsciously mask नहीं पहनोगे कि अपने आप mask आ गया आपको बचाने के लिए. नहीं, अब आपको पता चलेगा that okay, this is who I am, and I don't like this person, or I don't like this circumstance. Okay, so I'm supposed to wear which, कौन सा वाला आज केप पहने हम, मतलब कैप्टन अमेरिका का पहने, कि वंडर वुमन का पहने, कि भीष्म का पहने, कि भीम का पहने, किसका पहने, तो आप उठा के वो पहनोगे कि ये इसके लिए, ये इसके लिए वो, and somehow you will lose the need to explain yourself. You'll be like, okay, I know who I am. आपके वैलिडेशन की मुझे ज़रूरत नहीं है. You know, this is very important for me to tell you, because as a human being, up till last year, I needed validation for everything. Forget my work. Even like, am I a good person? Please tell me somebody, am I a good person? ये correct है? Because एक तो HSP भी हूँ ना, तो we are very, very sensitive. Vipassana and inner child combined, and the continuous journey of self-discovery has flipped the trait of being a highly sensitive person on its head. I now use it as a gift. That, oh my god, ये gift तो दुनिया के लिए use करना है और अपने लिए. Have I stopped being sensitive? No. But am I aware when my being sensitive is hurting me? A very big yes. That's what it is. Are you understanding? You get to be quite aware about yourself. So, for example, if this is the iceberg that we talk about, usually most of us are just operating ऊपर, right? तो जब आप विपස්සना कर लेते हो, and whichever direction you'll go, whether you're practicing or whether you're continuing your self discovery, whatever, I feel in my experience that ये जो टिप था ना, टिप के मैं काफी नीचे आ गई हूँ यार. Okay, I've definitely, I'm not at the tip of the iceberg. I know that I've submerged myself under the ocean and I'm kind of looking क्या हो रहा है. पूरा तो कभी समझ नहीं आएगा, है ना? पूरा कैसे समझ आ जाएगा, मतलब कि क्या चल रहा है. But are you understanding? Like, if पहले it was 5% of knowing myself, today I'm definitely at a 15 or 20 का range percent of knowing myself. Once you know yourself na, then things like fearlessness, courage, seeing the moment for what it is, taking things in your stride and saying, okay, shit happened, let's move on. Having clarity, focus, कि मुझे ये करना है एंड यही करना है और ये सब हो रहा है. लाइक यू ऑलमोस्ट अवेयर ऑफ व्हाट्स हैपनिंग अराउंड यू. यू नो, यू आर नो लॉन्गर गेटिंग बर्डन बाय शिट, मेरे साथ ये हो गया. विक्टिम मेंटालिटी गोज एंड just, I can't say this enough. Yeah, just a lot of courage and strength enters you, you know, and a lightness. There is a lightness to your being. So these would be a few things that happen, and I would love actually for like all of you that have been responding. Some of you called me from various countries, so thank you for that, because it's a connect, right? So I would again invite anybody who wants to talk to me, please message in the comment section below and let me know, was it similar? Did you feel similar? Where are you right now? How many days, how many times have you done Vipassana, and how many days since you did it last? And do any of you resonate with my experiences? Because it's just nice to know that there are other people out there sharing similar experiences. Thank you so much for watching, everybody, and have a nice day. Cheers. Bye.